leave the space blank. Next day, if you find that some many GS3 regarding articles are there, so you can write in this. So what this will do, it will make your mains ka compartment very optimized, ठीक है, understood? So this is one way of making your notes for your mains examination perspective. ठीक है, I guess it is clear to you all, right? So many people are there now. Shall we start the lecture? Yes. So Janvi, Kanchi, Mriganka, Sahiti, Samriddhi, Shubhra, welcome. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. And I want this class to be a two-way class, not a lecture type of a class. Okay, where you all will be contributing to what I am about to say over here. Okay. Okay. So let us see. In the last week, so we have discussed the Afghanistan Taliban issue, right? Afghanistan Taliban issue, or I guess till that time, yes. Welcome, Elizabeth. Welcome, Janavi, Kanchi. Welcome. Yeah. Yes, please mute yourself. Please mute yourself, everybody. Yeah. Last time we have discussed about Afghanistan Taliban issue and implications and the historical perspective. Yes, सब लोग present थे उस class में. Everybody know about what we have discussed, right? So taking that discussion forward, now we see that last week the situation was such that ki Afghanistan has captured, Taliban did capture some of the, were capturing some of the important cities, but now you see that the developments have reached the peak. It has reached the peak, and now Taliban has taken over the reign of Afghanistan. Yes, Afghanistan. Now the question, if in your examination, can be regarding historical perspective of Afghanistan, as to है ना कि अफगानिस्तान की हिस्ट्री के पर्सपेक्टिव से आपको क्वेश्चन पूछे जा सकते हैं इन योर प्रिलिमिनरी एग्जामिनेशन रिगार्डिंग इट्स ज्योग्राफी, रिगार्डिंग इट्स हिस्ट्री, रिगार्डिंग इट्स इंडिया अफगानिस्तान रिलेशन, सलमा डैम, राइट, इंडिया अफगानिस्तान रिलेशंस. So your prelims wala perspective is this. Now what we are going to see today is your approach as to how your futuristic view can be with regards to the situation that is going on in Taliban, in Afghanistan. So can you please tell me, can we please discuss over here as to how in future, how in coming times, can we resolve? Because see, everybody will be speaking about this only, ki in coming times how to deal with the crisis that is going on in Taliban. Because you see, in the past week or so, every embassy, every country, every relevant nation that is recognized have been trying to evacuate various persons, their own personals out of this Afghanistan to avoid a crisis situation in the future. Yes, we have seen many videos also, aap logon ne bhi dekhe honge, regarding the planes flying, people are even falling from the plane. So this is not a humanitarian ground. Okay, as this is not a humanitarian ground. So one thing is for sure, have we recognized Taliban as a governmental organization? Have India recognized Taliban as a governmental organization? The answer is no, right? A strict no. But many of the countries in the sideways, जैसे China है, China had already recognized Taliban, right? China had already recognized, and now only before 5 to 10 minutes I have read a news wherein Pakistan has sent a delegation in Kabul to meet the Taliban people. Acha, Russia also. See, Russia is not taking a direct stand. But China and Pakistan had already iterated openly. They have iterated, because see, Russia is very skeptical about the NATO. पहले जो रशिया के पास क्या था, वार्सो पैक्ट था, where they were about where Russia, USSR was, they had a balance of NATO, that is Warsaw Pact. Now they don't know that NATO is very strong. That is why they are thoda skeptical. But China, being a very superpower in itself with regards to arms, ammunition, and also everything, so China is not fearing anyone, and so it has directly recognized Taliban. Okay? Directly recognized Taliban as Pakistan has did. So there is a contentious issue now that is going on. Now you tell me how in the coming times can we resolve? Because see, this was the uh, same situation when you see this fascist government that came up in Italy and in Germany. Italy and Germany, this fascist government, Hitler जब आते हैं Mussolini, when Mussolini comes to power in Italy, when in Germany also Hitler comes, yes, though they came by with the help of democracy, but democracy आने के बाद with the coming of power, what these two fascist government did, they took over the control of whole of the country, and then उनको अपोज करने से पहले what did other countries did, they started the policy of appeasement. What is the policy of appeasement? What do you mean by policy of appeasement? कि उनको बढ़ावा देना. ठीक है? So you see that whatever happened after Hitler or Mussolini coming into the picture, so like UK, France did, yes, like France or ब्रिटेन ने जैसे किया था in terms of Italy and Germany, policy of appeasement. ठीक है? So this is what this China and Russia would be doing in the coming days. In the coming days, की policy of appeasement की yes, we will be providing, our consulate will not go anywhere, we will stay there and we will provide the trade facilities with Taliban and all. ठीक है? कि हम लोग हैं तुम्हारे लिए, you do not fear. So this is the policy of appeasement. If whatever wrong they are doing, it is supported by these countries also. Why? Because there also you see some kind of self-interest that is glooming around these countries. ये countries भी क्या चाहते हैं कि USA and all the superpowers, उनका जो emphasis है, उनका जो supremacy है, that should not come up by after the Taliban is now taken over. ठीक है? They also want US to be suppressed. ठीक है? So this is one thing. So my question to you everybody is कि what steps can be taken in the coming future so that this issue, the crisis that is going on in Taliban can be resolved. Sorry, in Afghanistan can be resolved. Yes, Janvi, Kanchi, Mohammed. Yes, welcome Mohammed. Mriganka, Priya, Sahiti, Samriti, Shahista, Shubra. I want an answer from you all. I want you to participate in the discussion so that we can arrive in at least at some point कि हाँ sir, ये वाला solution हम लोग provide कर सकते हैं कि at least India should be doing this. Democracy, Shahista, आपको लगता है कि democracy would be an answer to that? Because in the past 20 years, even if when the democracy was not there, when the democracy was there, an element was there, still Taliban had some kind of a power in Afghanistan. So what kind of elements can be used over there? Yes, Priya.
So can we say there should be a proper talk in the UNSC with all the countries, the member countries that are there, to take a collective step regarding that, or any kind of all the countries that are representative of all the countries that are there, they will give some points regarding that, like how we can collectively tackle that problem that is there in Afghanistan. After that, the recently India is like Unite Aware program recently by India, for the UN peacekeeping forces that are there to monitor the, like we can deploy the UN peacekeeping forces there, as now only the NATO forces that are there in Afghanistan, I think. So the peacekeeping forces, to some extent, it will also, like now with the Unite Aware program, they can monitor even the real time action of that forces in Afghanistan. So, and after that we can connect it with, as you said, so like the earlier the same circumstance that was there, the appeasement policy by the US and France toward the Germany, and what happened next, like
Mm-hmm.
the war that was there. So after that, we can say now the US, it has formed a group to it is only a discussing group, like what they can do, like the Quad, new Quad has been formed by the US and also the Troika by the Russia to discuss like what will be the further steps to control the we can say what is happening in
Okay,
Afghanistan.
okay.
And
So basically, Priya, see what solutions can we draw from this? One, see what possible activities from our side can we do. One is direct confrontation, directly attack, because they have already attacked the Indian embassy, right? They have warned, Taliban has already warned not to interfere into the affairs of the कि हमारे internal affairs में you should not interfere, right? So direct confrontation, right? Direct confrontation यानी कि directly war, direct war. So will you can say war, or you can say attack. So is this a good way? Will it be useful for us? I think so. From my perspective, the answer would be no, right? Yes, you also
so
would yes, who's this?
So it can be divided into liberals perspective as well as the
No,
realistic
it's not.
perspective.
It's not
Like
perspective wala thing. It's about what are the possibilities. Okay. So one is about direct confrontation. Okay.
yes, if we think of a pragmatic state, then we can say that direct confrontation
So
is the
that is
only way.
what is that is what I am asking you. Okay, will this be a good solution at this point of time? Because see, what revenge does, because Taliban is not something which is it is a group of very small people. It is been an ideology of a particular group from a very long time. That is from 1989, right? 1989. Before that also, 1979 only, when the USSR started to intervene in Afghanistan. From that time, right? From that time only, this ideology has been among the people also, have been among the fighters also. So taking a revenge, so this will not be a very good solution at this point of time. Direct confrontation, this is my personal view. Okay, you can write this as you can justify it in other ways also. ठीक है, आपको क्या लगता है? Right,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
right. It increases the risk of attacks on India. Yes, there will obviously be a revenge wala element that would be present. ठीक है, war is not the good solution, sir. Yes, Mohammed, you're right. War is not a good solution because the revenge wala, see, instead of destroying, reacting to a particular thing, we should respond it in a very nice way, right? We should respond it in a very nice way, and responding doesn't mean कि आप directly war करो. So what is the second thing? Here we can give example of USSR. USSR and USA war. See, that time also directly that only happened. कि USSR in 1979 it started to intervene in Afghanistan, right? Afghanistan. So again a war against them started. कि आप, why are you intervening in our matters? So this is how the Mujahideen groups, they started coming up, right, to have a confrontation against the USSR. So 10 साल के लिए ये वॉर चला है. 10 साल में क्या हुआ? What was the result? कि यूएसएसआर को ही भगा दिया. Yes, यूएसएसआर को ही भगा दिया था. So that is not कि we intervening into the internal affairs अभी is not a direct solution. Now, second is talks with Taliban. Talks with Taliban. Is it a good solution? Alone, I am telling कि on a particular platform directly with Taliban. So right now we have recognized Afghan government. Okay, we have recognized Afghan government and Taliban. We have it is a militant group for us. Okay, so directly having a talk with Afghanistan would not be a solution. It means we are recognizing Taliban. Back channel talk still not on a single platform, I would say personal issue, because it is directly giving some kind of identity to Taliban, right? कि इस तालिबान को हम लोग आइडेंटिटी देते कि चलो यार, why we are discussing with you, because we recognized you, right? We recognized you. Okay, so this is not on my plate, at least talks directly with only Taliban. Third thing would do is talks with Afghan, Taliban, and India together. Yes, this is a solution. This is a solution, and we can come to a conclusion on this basis. We can come to a conclusion on this basis. Why? Because I will tell you. The fourth thing is regarding taking this is internationally, which we have already taken, right? Because right now also in today's newspapers, if you see that our external minister Jaishankar, they had a are in a meeting or they are discussing regarding the same issue with the Gulf countries, right? UAE, Saudi, they are discussing with them regarding the Afghanistan Taliban issue, right? So taking it internationally, yes, it is one of the solution. Now, here also, what international goals do we have? See, peace is one thing which we are सबसे फर्स्ट पीस. अभी उन लोगों से बात करके, क्या तालिबान से बात करके, कैन देयर बी अ पावर शेयरिंग एग्रीमेंट दैट कैन बी मेड? यस, दैट कैन बी अ सॉल्यूशन, है ना? दैट कैन बी अ सॉल्यूशन. व्हाट पावर शेयरिंग एग्रीमेंट? कैन पावर शेयरिंग एग्रीमेंट बी अ सॉल्यूशन? Yes, power sharing agreement can definitely be a solution. वो कब होगा? When Taliban, the Afghan government are ready to form a power sharing rule. Power sharing rule. So yes, this is the only way abhi, which, because agar see, if some countries are keeping a peacekeeping force, UN peacekeeping force, अगर हम लोग वहां पर डिप्लॉय करें तो obviously uh, it will give a signal that we are into a war. We are into a war. यस, और उनको स्पॉन्सर करने के लिए बहुत सारे स्टेट एंड नॉन स्टेट एक्टर्स हैं टू सपोर्ट तालिबान in war, to provide arms, ammunitions. There are many state and non-state actors who are ready to sponsor them. Okay, because already we have seen that China have already in talks with Taliban, right? Pakistan is in talks with Taliban, but तालिबान को गवर्नमेंट के गिविंग having Taliban in Afghanistan, having only Taliban in Afghanistan and having their rule, is it good for us? No, because it will make Afghanistan a safe haven for all the terrorists. एक safe haven होगा और हम लोग कुछ उनसे बात नहीं करेंगे, we will not have any talk. So what this will do? This will be a more safe haven. ठीक है, मतलब हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते टू ऑल द टेररिस्ट दैट आर देयर इन तालिबान. यस, अंडरस्टूड. आई गेस दिस पॉइंट इज क्लियर टू ऑल कि व्हाई only would not power sharing recognize Taliban as a government. Yes, that would obviously recognize, but this is the most peaceful solution as of now. Most peaceful. And what some countries or Afghan government, जो Ashraf Ghani है, what he is also saying that we will open a second front to fight against this Taliban, but this will again continue into a long drawn war. Yes.
Sir.
Yes, Priya.
I have the same question, sir. So like
Okay.
if we say in a practical way or a pragmatic way, sir, so is it that power sharing agreement between Taliban and Afghanistan, is it possible, sir? in a practical sense?
Yes, it is possible. It is possible because in 1996 we they had done the same thing. Sorry, 1992. 1992 में वही किया था, but due to but there also same happened. Same thing happened कि 1992 में the one who were ruling there, that Taliban was not satisfied with the rule that the person was ruling, and this Taliban group then took out that person. They shot him. They took over the control, and that is how in 1996, Taliban came into power. Janvi says, and would that even be a long-term solution? This would be a long-term solution. This can be, but Taliban would also have to make some changes then. Giving away arms, ammunitions, the terrorist wala element. ये भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. I guess some developments would be there in the coming few days in which UNSC and UNGA would pass resolutions. अगर वो कुछ resolutions pass करते हैं regarding Afghanistan and Taliban, so let us wait and watch कि क्या resolutions pass करते हैं, because see, even though we are making some kind of a we are giving many solutions from our side as public servant aspirants, right? So, but still we will have to look from the international point of view also. If many countries feel that the formation of Taliban government in Afghanistan is not favorable to anyone, so they can have a direct confrontation there too. But obviously it is the same kind of a situation which was present before the second world war की तरह भी ऐसे ही कुछ चीजों appeasement policy was there, ठीक है, because we never know what this Taliban is up to for. Like the Islamic they are about to form a Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan, right? This is what they are aiming to form it. They are aiming to form it. But let us watch and see, because see, if the rights of the people and safety of the people are a concern, then yes, Taliban government जो form हुई है अभी, people or countries will have to react to such kind of a situation. Okay, okay, understood what this topic is about, how we can dwell into this topic, so we can have yes Janvi.
Yeah, so yes, sir. As I mentioned earlier, can India not take the UNSC presidency, and then with that India makes kind of a front and pressurize Taliban, because if we see the UN role in this scenario is very little, and it's not too late. If the UN acts well, I think this can be a great solution, because if they pressurize the Taliban to give up their arms, ammunitions, and all of that, and actually control the violence, half of the problem can be solved there. So why is the UN not taking any action? Like, it can, right? And India, for the sake of its own interest, it can play a major role here, having the presidency as well.
The United Nations ka abhi UNSC have called a meeting and they will be discussing it, because no one actually thought ki within a month, yes, China do have a veto, and China uses its veto to a very great extent. But within a month, this total gave up of Afghan government. This happened. Before 1 week, it was thought that even a report was put forward by the US government, US agency, that it will take around more than 40 days के आसपास, 40 days to 90 days for the whole of Afghanistan to be taken. So they had some plans, UNSC, regarding this, but the Afghan government, they gave up very soon. Why? Because they do not wanted to have the bloodshed, as said by Ashraf Ghani, the president of Afghanistan. Okay. So yes, India can take control and India can request the UNSC to take certain kind of a decision, but asking Taliban to give away the whole of control of Afghanistan is a total waste of time, I would say, right? Because
So not
every
control. Not asking them to give up the control. We can have a political settlement. Just ask them to give up the
yes,
arms and
yes,
ammunition.
yes. Power sharing agreement. That is what I
Yes.
was saying. Power sharing. Yes, that is the only solution if you want to have a peaceful resolution. Peaceful resolution के लिए power sharing agreement is the one thing that is part, and in that also power sharing agreement you have to ask the Taliban government also to give certain rights, to give up some ammunitions, arms, not to give a safe haven to the terrorists. So many things can be put into it, but that is the case. Yes, yes, for Abhi, we can also pressurize Taliban by making various sanctions. कि पूरी बॉर्डर ही उनकी बंद कर दे and no economic control, no economy from outside is able to have you can say contact with Afghanistan, right? So that will be one of a kind of a pressure, and this pressure also works. This pressure also works, isn't it, against human rights? Acha, kaun sa human rights? The economic sanctions.
No, sir. Like you are saying, like economic sanctions that are there, like import and like mostly import will not be there in Afghanistan. So due to which the like inflation will be there, and because of that inflation, the
See,
people of that
Syria
area will
also.
suffer.
In Syria
In the
also, what
Syria,
happened?
same circumstances was
Syria,
there.
same circumstances happened, but you have to see, you have to take a middle path always. You have to take a middle path. बिकॉज अगर वहां पे अगर लोग हम लोग ये करते हैं तो बाहर के भी लोग मरेंगे, अंदर के भी लोग मरेंगे. एटलीस्ट हियर व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, वी वुड इवैक्यूएट ऑल दी, because every country has put their hands in front and they have requested that the genuine citizens, है ना, genuine citizens can be a part of our country. They can have they can stay in the country for a while or so. ठीक है, so yes, that is one of the thing that can be done. See, जैसे decisions लेते हैं, we can have a supplementary decisions for that. ठीक है, but economic sanctions, yes, it will put a pressure on the government assets, and this is not the only thing. Taliban, see, if Afghanistan, if you consider, Taliban ने ये वाला पूरा area or most of the area is under them now. There are few groups in Afghanistan present today also that are acting together now, putting a front to fight against the government. Northern Alliance. So they are called Northern Alliance. I do not know the alliance ka name, but today only it is mentioned in some of the newspaper that yes, there are few groups. There are few
So,
groups. Yes.
so earlier also during 1996 to 2001, it's the Northern Alliance. Because of that, the Taliban, they were not able to control the northern part of the
Yes. Yes.
Afghanistan.
Yes. See what happened in 18. What happened during 1979 to 89 was USSR was trying to take control of Afghanistan. So USA, Saudi, Pakistan, this all came and funded various groups. So they together they funded one big group, funded this small group, this funded one small group, this funded one small group. So बहुत सारे ऐसे हैं. उसमें से तालिबान came थोड़ा ऊपर. ठीक है. So there are still very few groups who wanted a government in Afghanistan, who want this democratic elements in Afghanistan. डेमोक्रेसी इन अफगानिस्तान. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई नहीं चाहता है. इवन विद तालिबान आल्सो वी कैन हैव अ टॉक इन फॉर द डेमोक्रेसी वाला थिंग, बट अभी के लिए एटलीस्ट तालिबान इज डिनाइंग दैट कि इट इज सेइंग दैट देयर विल बी नो डेमोक्रेसी, देयर विल बी ओनली शरिया लॉज, राइट, शरिया लॉज. ठीक है, so Sharia laws will be there. We will not be doing violent activities, but yes, that is what people were fighting against from 1996 to 2002. ठीक है, इसके अगेंस्ट ही जो उन्होंने क्राइम किए, the violence they had did, and it depends on their interpretation of Sharia law. हाँ वो तो है, ठीक है. So understood what Afghanistan is going through, what Taliban is doing, and what we can do at least for abhi. See, this is a topic which will never end, right? Which will never end because it is so much of happening in a very short span of time. Ki history, geography, polity, economy, everything is connected to this part. And given the importance of the place where this Afghanistan is, so it becomes very necessary from the Indian context, because what we are trying to be what we are trying, हम लोग चाहते हैं कि the safe haven which is today for many of the terrorists, right? Pakistan, और पाकिस्तान जहां पे बहुत सारे terrorist organizations का safe haven है, we are putting so much of economic pressure, so much of international pressure, and we are pressurizing Pakistan even to give away the safe haven wala thing of this organizations, right? So अगर अफगानिस्तान में तालिबान ही है बहुत सालों के लिए, तो the border of Pakistan and Afghanistan and the many places in Afghanistan, that will not be allowed for any other foreign elements, and that will become a very very safe haven for all the terrorists. तो वहां से ऑपरेट करना स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे ये लोग, ठीक है, वो बहुत बड़ी दिक्कत हो जाएगी. That will be a huge problem for the countries coming up. ठीक है. So understood this topic. I hope this topic is very very clear. Yes, Elizabeth, Janvi, Kanchi, Priya, Sahiti, Samriddhi, Shubhra, Mohammed. Is it clear? The topic is clear. Shall we move on to our next topic? Any question? The floor is open for question. Anyone? Any question? Any doubts? Yes, Disha, Elizabeth. Kanchi, Mriganka, any question? Clear hai? No issues. Abhi, see, what I would suggest is you read about the history of Taliban of Afghanistan one. ठीक है, हिस्ट्री एंड ज्योग्राफी ऑफ अफगानिस्तान, बिकॉज दैट इज वेरी, आपको क्वेश्चंस अगर कुछ आएंगे तो ऑब्वियसली मेंस एग्जामिनेशन पर्सपेक्टिव you will be able to ask the futuristic perspective, but history, from history perspective, it is very important. Okay, your sir, what is Sharia law? It yes, anyone who can explain what is Sharia law? Yes, Priya, are you interested in explaining?
So I think it is the law of the Shias that was like the Islamic. It was divided earlier. It was the Prophet Muhammad, under which the Islamic, it was one only, no Shia and Sunni that was there. But after that, we saw after the death of the Prophet Muhammad, there was a division between the Shias and the Sunnis. And the Shias, I think, they follow the Sharia law. So.
Acha, again. ठीक है, बेसिकली कुरान दी इस्लामिक होली बुक, वहां से ये डिराइव होता है. शरिया इज अ इस्लामिक लीगल सिस्टम. ठीक है, बस इतना ही याद रखो, डू नॉट गो इनटू सो मच ऑफ डिटेल. ठीक है, बेसिकली दे आर डिराइव फ्रॉम द लीगल फ्रॉम द होली बुक्स. ठीक है, दे आर डिराइव फ्रॉम द होली बुक्स, बस इतना याद रखिए. ओके, ओके, क्लियर है? ओके, ठीक है, चलो. नाउ लेट अस मूव ऑन टू आवर second topic, second topic of today. See this is Taliban and Afghanistan के बीच में जो भी चल रहा है, you do not read every day का happenings, ठीक है? Bit by bit जो हो रहा है, you do not need to read it. We will be covering everything in the current affairs वाला कि जो भी कुछ developments है ना? आपको हर बार every day you do not need to waste your time much more on this developments. तो रोज ये हो रहा है, अभी एम्बेसी पे अटैक हुआ, क्या हो रहा है. So it is important, but पर डे के हिसाब से आप मत कीजिए उसे, ठीक है. Now the second thing is our current affairs in this that Quit India movement. See today, this year 75 years. They have inaugurated some kind of a Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Yes, everybody might have heard about this. So this is kind of a festival they are celebrating, the culture wala festival, okay, in which various exhibitions are there. In that particular exhibition, one is about the Quit India movement, and the emphasis is on the ideals of Quit India movement that can be utilized to solve or resolve various social elements that are present in the society. So elements as in the social evils present in the society. Okay, so Quit India. When you say about Quit India, it's about telling a particular thing to go out of a region or go out of our system, right? So here the main focus is on using the ideals and to quit various social evils such as poverty, inequality, right? Then various women से related issues, terrorism, ठीक है, इसको हमें quit करना है. तो yes, Quit India 2.0 as it is said, mentioned. So, but from our current affairs perspective, what will become important is the Quit India movement. Yes, so we will see in a very short while what is Quit India movement and what are the ideals. Acha, tell me, when this Quit India movement was started? August. So this is also August क्रांति जिसे बोलते हैं 1942. Yes, very nice बच्चे. 1942, right? August क्रांति. So in the first 8th 9th August this started, ठीक है? This August क्रांति started. But what was it? कुछ background होगा उसका, right? This before starting of this Quit India movement, there would be some background as to why so much of emphasis was made on the Quit India movement and so much of extent this revolt has gone to. Okay, so much of revolt has gone to. So what was the background? So background ऐसा बनता है कि this was the time in the international context when Second World War was going. When was the Second World? See why I have taken this element, because of the connection to Taliban Afghanistan issue. ठीक है, Taliban Afghanistan issue चल रहा है, तो international context में during this time you also becomes important Germany का issue. ठीक है, because same elements happen वहां पे भी. ठीक है, जैसे अफगानिस्तान में अभी हो रहा है उसके ही appeasement and all. This was the similar type. So international context mein, and so this Quit India becomes very important. So Second World War was going 1939 to 1945, right? So during this time, it was our freedom fighters were divided. पहले तो बहुत divided है कि should we start a movement, should है ना कि कुछ movement start करने हैं नहीं. These Britishers are fighting against the fascist government, the Nazi government. So we should support the Britain. We should support Britain कि हमने Britain की मदद करनी चाहिए. Yes, but few young leaders were not supported of this. जैसे सुभाष चंद्र बोस. Subhash Chandra Bose was like, गलत है तो गलत है. Then why the democracy का हमें, why are not we being supported in independence? Why are we being ruled by the Britishers still? This was the idea on which basis the differences between the Subhash Chandra Bose and young leaders and Mahatma Gandhi, they started to build up over here. Okay? So now, so from 1939 only, Quit India movement का जो पड़ाव है, the progress towards Quit India movement that starts, because 1939 what happened, unilaterally ही खुद से ही British government declared that India is supporting us. India is supporting us. This Indian government जो है, whosoever the provincial government है, right? Because in 1937 elections happened, and the elections happened in various provinces. So Indians were in the government power at that time in various provinces. So in 1913 when this war starts, ये वॉर जब स्टार्ट होता है उसके बीच में ही दिस ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट डिक्लेयर्स इंडिया सपोर्ट टू द वॉर, कि इंडिया इज सपोर्टिंग अस, वी आर वेरी सपोर्टिव. सो दिस people in the ministry and the government, they resign. So everybody resigns, the Congress minister resigns, okay? And that is when they request this Britishers to grant complete independence, because complete independence to हमारा goal already हो चुका था, right? Complete independence was already our goal. When was the first time when this complete independence goal was iterated? 1929 Lahore Congress session. Yes, Lahore Congress session. So this was reiterated in the Lahore Congress session only in 1928. Who was the president at that time in Lahore Congress session? It was Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru. So यहाँ पे first time it was iterated कि complete independence goal हमारा ही होगा. Then why would we change our goal, right? So you have to give us. देन उसके बाद 1930s के बाद शुरू होते हैं इंडिविजुअल सत्याग्रह. Yes, individual satyagraha is the one that starts after this 1939 का ये. Why this individual satyagraha was started? Yes, what was the aim of this individual satyagraha? Aim ये था, चलो दिल्ली सुना होगा आपने. Yes, चलो दिल्ली. It was कि see, if you think that we do not have the right to speak, even if this war is going, you are wrong on your part. We will demand the freedom of speech, and we are demanding. Okay? So this was the idea that was iterated in the individual satyagraha. So many individual satyagraha this came up. Now they started building up, but once these Britishers understood, now they started sending some now they started to come up with certain solution, and war to start हो ही जाता है. What happens in war is कि before 1942 the Japanese force are now almost at the crux of India. Okay, this is Japanese force. They are entering into the India from the northeastern region पे they are entering, and Britishers are suffering a heavy defeat in this part. So India are very India को obviously British had promised that we will be protecting each and every citizen. We will be protecting each and every citizen. So now why are they not protecting us? We are getting a fear that Japanese will take control and Japanese will destroy everybody. So this is why a Cripps mission was sent to India so that they can generate the support from India. But Cripps mission fails, right? Because they are not giving the full or complete independence. वो लोग मान ही नहीं रहे थे. Dominion status की बात कर रहे थे. What is dominion status? Dominion status because the king, queen or the crown will be the highest and we will work under them. ठीक है? So this was given by Cripps mission. Cripps mission was a failure. Now Japanese have already advanced. The Britishers have suffered the defeats in Southeast Asia, and already the border के पास हम लोग पहुंच गए थे. Now what they will do? So India have directly even passed a resolution on the 8th of August 1942. Congress ratified the Indian resolution in Bombay. So what this resolution was saying, कि we will go for a quit India movement, that either you give us freedom or we will be into this movement for a very long period of time. शुक्र अगस्त ऑफर तो बहुत पहले था, अगस्त ऑफर तो बहुत पहले था, बिफोर क्रिप्स मिशन. Yes. So failure of Cripps mission, yes, August of 1940. So Cripps mission, early 1942, right? They arrive here. It's a failure. Then they are advancing. Now India have already passed a resolution कि हमें quit India movement. We are about to start. So on the 8th of August 1942 बॉम्बे में एक मीटिंग होती है, उसके अंदर ही Congress ratifies this resolution of quit India. Now what गैदरिंग में पूरा ये रेजोल्यूशन पास हो जाता है कि ब्रिटिश शुड लीव इंडिया वेरी इमीडिएटली, राइट? ब्रिटिश ने इंडिया को छोड़ देना चाहिए बहुत जल्दी से जल्दी. नाउ they also passed a resolution कि we will be protecting ourselves from this fascism and imperialism, कि we do not require your protection, कि हमको आपकी जरूरत नहीं है, we will be protecting it from ourselves, and after you leave we will also be forming a government, right? So let us do an anti-British civil disobedience movement. हम लोग वापस स्टार्ट करेंगे, ठीक है? वापस हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं. And in that, who was the leader of India at that time? Who was leading this movement? Gandhi, right? So Gandhi had given some instruction to various section of the society. ठीक है, बहुत सारी instruction गांधी ने दिए थे कि to various employees, to soldiers, to peasants, to various princes, and even to the princely states के जो लोग हैं उनको भी. Now what was the idea this Gandhi gave? कि instead of resigning, pledge your devotion to Congress, be with us, come to us, we will be making a force and we will be fighting it together with the government, right? Soldiers को बोला था कि आप कुछ ना करो, you just do not obey the orders of the government, right? Students were told that do not go to colleges. Even peasants को बोला था कि if you are not able to pay, do not pay the taxes. Princely states, the princes जो थे अलग अलग, उनको they were told that whatever the masses are demanding, do not lose your sovereignty, and come with India to fight against the Britishers. So these were अलग अलग लोगों को to different stakeholders. Gandhi had a different message. Now, as soon as this resolution is passed, fearing that कि civil disobedience movement जैसे हुआ था, fearing that this government, the British government starts arresting various people. Now, why they are arresting? Because they found that the number of people that are on the streets are many. So they are arresting all the main leaders. So within a day, within 24 to 30 hours, all the important leaders are behind the bars. So अब ये movement का क्या होगा? What will happen to this movement? Was this movement continued after the leaders were behind the bars? No. Right? Yes, the movement did continue. In a very different way. So it is also said that the Quit India movement was also known as a spontaneous revolution. Now, why it was a spontaneous revolution does people say? A lot of historians, they comment कि Quit India was a spontaneous. यही कि even after the leader were arrested, the movement took its different form and spontaneously it spread to various countryside. It spread to various countryside in a very different form, kahi violent, kahi non-violent, right? So at the very start, the movement is totally non-violent. ठीक है, बहुत सारे जगह ये non-violent तरीके से ही this movement is going on. This movement is going on in a very nice way, non-violently, of civil disobedience, but but with the continuation of the movement, the government is starting to suppress the movement now. That is starting to लाठी चार्ज होता है, हवे में बाहर होता है. तो this people are now reacting to this kind of situation, and suddenly the movement takes a violent turn. क्या होता है? वायलेंट टर्न होता है ये मूवमेंट का. सो इफ अ क्वेश्चन इज आस्क्ड कि ये नॉन वायलेंट थी क्या? नहीं, इट वाज नॉट अ नॉन वायलेंट मूवमेंट. वाज इट अ स्पॉन्टेनियस मूवमेंट? यस, इट कैन बी कॉल्ड एज अ स्पॉन्टेनियस मूवमेंट आल्सो, as the movement spread. So yes, it was called a spontaneous movement also. Now this movement did push India's demand for the independence to a very high extent. Now the question to is why? Did the movement got suppressed in a very short while? The answer is no. Okay? At many places in different forms, this movement continued. अब ये अलग अलग फॉर्म्स क्या है और क्यों है ये ऐसे? So you see that at many places underground movement took place. Now what do you mean by underground? Underground movement was one of the major feature of this Quit India movement. Now what do you understand by underground movement? Yes, radio established underground talks? No, Priya, it's not underground talk. It's about छुप छुप के काम करना.
Yes,
See,
sir. So that the Britisher, they can't arrest them.
Yes. See, all the leaders, the main leaders, the people were getting arrested. Yes, they were getting arrested. So अभी इनको अगर काम करना है तो कैसे underground होके काम करना होगा, right? They will have to छुप छुप के काम करना, right? Like spies, or without making their real face shown to everyone, they have to work like this. Now how they are working? Now some of the leaders are in Nepal. They are working by supplying various arms, by supplying various money to the people in India for making the work done, right? So underground activities, you can say over here, a large number of nationalists went underground and engaged in subversive activities. Socialists, forward bloc members, Gandhi Ashramites, revolutionaries, local organizations were among those who took part in this action. And in one of the underground movement, Congress established a radio also. So Congress radio, Usha Mehta was the one who initiated this underground radio. Underground radio मतलब underground नहीं, it was a secret type of radio which was started. ठीक है? It was a secret type of radio which was started. One of the many feature of this Quit India movement is also the formation of parallel governments. What do you understand by parallel governments? Yes, anybody?
So it will be the two government at the same time.
Two governments?
We can say one government, then parallelly they will form another government to counter that government.
No, basically parallel government is they recognize their own government. They will have their own laws, their own everything. ठीक है? जैसे in India, who has parallel governments? इसके हैं? No one. Have you heard about the term Naxalism? Yes. Do you think the Naxalism, one of the aspect is parallel government? They have their own president. They have their own See, that is not recognized by the original government. ठीक है, जैसे British government will not recognize this, but they themselves will say that हमारा यहाँ पे government है. ठीक है. So yes, Naxalism में एक one of the aspect is about parallel government also, in which they have their own prime minister, president, own troops, chief ministers, provincial governments, right? So वैसा parallel government है, they do not recognize any other government, they do not recognize, the government do not recognize them. ठीक है, ऐसा होता है. So this is one of the examples I am taking. ठीक है, this is one of the examples. So in India also, as the Quit India movement started and then as it flourished and it spread to various parts of India, this parallel government started coming up in various parts of the country. You go to Maharashtra, you go to Bengal, you go to Bihar, you go to any parts of the country, the small parallel government were there. और कैसे पैरेलल गवर्नमेंट, नॉट ओनली कि हाँ कि चलो हमारा रूल अलग है, दे deserted the Britishers from their place. ऐसा था कि उन्होंने निकाल दिया first they have removed all the people from, removed all the Britishers away from there, right? They have established their own government, they are having a prime minister of their own, they are having various ministries, health ministry, education ministry, you can say finance ministry, yes, in Bengal also, Bihar, Odisha, in Maharashtra also. We will be seeing which kind of governments were there. ठीक है, so ये सारी चीजें वहां पे होने लगी. ठीक है, so we see that various governments are forming in different parts, so they are known as parallel governments, and also they have their own laws also. देखो, and was it for a very short period of time? The answer is no. Right from 1942, at the end of 1942 say 1947 तक, when the Indian independence जब हमें मिला independence, उसके बाद this parallel government they gave up all their control or their rights. ठीक है, वहां तक, even if you go to Satara in Maharashtra, they had their government till 47, till independence. ठीक है, now we will see regarding what different types of at what are different places this type of governments were there. So you see Balia. Where is Balia? In Uttar Pradesh. This is very important. ठीक है, इतना वाला जो part है बहुत important है. In Balia you have Chittu Pandey. Under Chittu Pandey they form a government. In Tamluk, Midnapur, that is Bengal. ठीक है, Tamluk, Midnapur, Bengal, you have a parallel government. Then Jatiya Sarkar set up its own departments like law and order, health, education, agriculture. ठीक है, Jatiya Sarkar. Then you have in Satara also Prati Sarkar under Nana Patil. Okay, so these were the important features of Quit India movement. Okay, and one of the major aspect ये भी था कि women participation, कि not only participation, women taking the lead in this movement was very increased, very increased. And women such as you see Aruna Asaf Ali, Sucheta Kriplani, Usha Mehta, all these women were very in the forefront in this. Usha Mehta, yes, were very in forefront in taking the lead of this Quit India movement. ठीक है, but was it so कि Quit India movement this movement जो है Quit India वाला, इस सबने सपोर्ट किया था? All political parties supported this? The answer is no. Not all political parties supported it. Why? Because many of the political parties they believe in the efficacy or justice of the British government. वहां तक उनको ऐसा भरोसा आ चुका था कि अभी भी ब्रिटिश पे थोड़ा भरोसा करते हैं, and they will give us the independence. But still they were denied the fact about independence for a very long period of time. 5 years Indian independence was extended. Now who are the political parties or leaders? So communist, the Muslim League, the Hindu Mahasabha, they were the people who did not support the Quit India movement. ठीक है? Okay, I guess understood. Now, if a question in your UPSC ka main examiner, see many previous year questions are there in UPSC in which it is asked that what was the reason for the Quit India movement to start. Their option is failure of Cripps mission. Yes, failure of Cripps mission was one of the reasons. The failure of British to in giving a proper protection to India, was this a reason? Was this a reason? Yes, I am asking you one. Everybody. Failure of Britishers to give a protection to India. Yes, because Japan, you see, Japan kahan tak pahuncha tha? Almost northeast. Yes, almost northeast. So this is also one of the reason. ठीक है कि यहाँ तक पहुंच चुका था जापान. And yes, so these are the two important reasons कि Cripps mission का failure and not giving India the kind of status that was demanded by the various freedom fighters at that time or various leaders at that time. ठीक है. So yes, understood. And if in main examination your question can be regarding Quit India movement, that Quit India movement featured, or it can be the features. Are you writing the question? Write the question. The features of Quit India movement were different from the earlier movements in India or earlier movements in fighting the British in India. Okay. So the question is here. Okay. The features of Quit India movement were different from the earlier movements in fighting the British in India. You will write here explain. Explain 15 marker to 50 words. सबने क्वेश्चन लिख लिया? Did everyone write the question? Question is, the feature of Quit India movement were different from the earlier movements in fighting the British in India. Explain. Can everybody write the answer to this if the question is given? Yes, you can write this question. You can write this. Huge Indian participation. अच्छा, tell me. Let us discuss it here only. चलो, question homework की तरह क्यों देना है? अभी underground movements. You see उसके पहले I will tell you one thing. You see, when it comes to Quit India movement, गांधी जी का way of seeing this movement had also changed. Now what have he done? What have he done? कि he have given the slogan of do or die, करो या मरो, right? We have seen here, right? करेंगे या मरेंगे. This is the final front that was opened by the Gandhi. Now, was he supporting violence? No, he was not supporting violence, but he said that अभी हम लोग शांत नहीं बैठना है. You will have to give an answer to the front person in the same way. मतलब उन्होंने डायरेक्टली नहीं बोला वायलेंस को सपोर्ट करना, बट इनडायरेक्टली यस ही हैड द आइडिया कि ठीक है वायलेंस अगर होता भी है तो सो ही वाज नॉट अगेंस्ट इट, बट नॉट डायरेक्टली. ठीक है, नॉट डायरेक्टली, इनडायरेक्टली आई एम talking. So what was the feature of Quit India movement that were different from earlier movement? So earlier movements में do we see the features of women leaders that are coming up in such a way? The answer is no. कि women leaders जो है, women leaders जो है that are being very important in this movement. ठीक है, women पे आप एक differentiate कर सकते हो. It's not to that extent. Yes. So Aruna Asaf Ali, which are the name of that women's? Aruna Asaf Ali. Aruna Asaf Ali, you read about Aruna Asaf Ali, okay? Because she was there in the post-independence India also to a very long period of time. Usha Mehta and Sucheta Kriplani, okay? Sucheta Kriplani. So women participation, you see the underground movements. Was this present earlier? The answer is no. Underground movement mein you can write about radio activities regarding the leader supporting Indians from outside the country, right, in giving arms, in providing money, in providing various help, you can say. Okay. Third one is regarding parallel government, which was never a focus of any of the movement earlier. Fourth one is regarding the spontaneous movement, but spontaneity of the movement, the fastness of the movement, that once it spread through urban to villages so fast. Even rural population were involved in this Quit India movement. Okay? Rural population was involved in this Quit India. So this 4 points hai, 4 point ye side ke, 4 point wo side ke. You can also write regarding the absence of political parties. Okay? That majority of the political parties were not supportive of Quit India resolution. Hindu Mahasabha, Muslim League. Okay? So this was again regarding Quit India movement. Okay. Now let us solve a question once. A question solve करते हैं regarding regarding international relations. अभी इतना international चल ही रहा है. International relations के ऊपर we have few questions. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, that is the SCO, is a Eurasian political, economical and military organization. Okay? First, this is the first statement. What is the second statement? It is Shanghai is the seat of regional anti-terrorist structure. What is this? Executive committee का Shanghai ये है. So first statement and second statement, what should be the answer? So some are saying A, some are saying C, some are saying D. What is the answer? The answer is A. Why? Because why the statement 2 is wrong? Because SCO का secretariat जो है वो बीजिंग में है and RATS का जो है वो ताशकेंत उज़्बेकिस्तान है. That is Tashkent, Uzbekistan. This is in Tashkent. Now why Tashkent, Uzbekistan? Is Uzbekistan also a member of SCO? SCO के member है Uzbekistan also? No. Yes, it is there. It is there. Yes. How many members are there? कितने members है? Is it 7, 8, 9, 10? So the members are China and Russia. Is India and Pakistan also the members of SCO? Are India and Pakistan also the members of SCO? Yes, they are. Recently, India and Pakistan have also been the members. So then you have Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. दोनों KK वाले हैं, and then you have Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. So basically, these are the members of SCO, right? SCO, right? So when was this SCO found? SCO was founded in 2001. So is it an NGO based or intergovernmental organization? Yes, government organizations है ये. Yes, it is intergovernment. So government के representatives are represented in the SCO, right? So Shanghai Cooperation Organization is an intergovernmental international organization, ठीक है? That exists indefinitely. So first, it is based in it's a political, economic, and military organization based in Eurasian that aims to keep the region safe, secure, and stable. Okay, so our first statement is correct. Our first statement is correct, right? So what is the where is the secretariat of secretariat कहाँ है इसका? Beijing में, right? Secretariat is in Beijing. And RATS का जो है, what is RATS? The regional anti-terrorist structure. इसका कहाँ है? उज्बेकिस्तान, ताशकेंत. ताशकेंत is also known as ताशकेंत में हमारा एक एग्रीमेंट हुआ था. Everybody, are you aware of that Tashkent agreement?
Yes, sir. It was between. I'm not able to recall the name of the PM.
PM,
So
वो PM का नाम कैसे भूल सकते हो आप?
Lal Bahadur Shastri, and between
Yes.
Pakistan and Lal Bahadur Shastri in Tashkent.
अच्छा. You say about India and Pakistan के बीच में agreement हुआ था. It happened after 1965 Indo-Pak war. ठीक है? Indo-Pakistan war. Yes. So yes, Tashkent. अभी it is in news regarding Lal Bahadur Shastri's files. The mystery of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Yes, mystery of death. जो लाल बहादुर शास्त्री की डेथ हुआ था ताशकेंत में ही हुआ था. It happened in Tashkent. So now various files are coming out of this Tashkent, ठीक है, which are revealing many other facts regarding Lal Bahadur Shastri. Was it a death, natural death, or was it a murder? ठीक है. So yes, that is there. Yes, this is about SCO. Now you tell me, can this SCO जो है Shanghai Cooperation Organization, can this will be a platform to discuss the Afghanistan issue? Why I am asking you? Because majority of this country are bordering countries of Afghanistan, right? Majority are bordering countries of Afghanistan, and every country का जो regional stability है, because what is the main aim of this SCO कि region safe रहे. Yes, region safe रहे. Yes, and China has vested interest in Afghanistan. हाँ, वो तो है, ठीक है, that is तो there. Vested interest is there. So, do you think this would be a very great platform for India to discuss? Yes, this would be a very great platform to discuss the issue of Afghanistan. But here many contentious issues are also there. एक तो पाकिस्तान का होना, ठीक है, in this group, which would avoid the talks. दूसरा है China only, not giving support to, telling support to Taliban. Third one is Russia only. कि Russia is also tilted towards Taliban, which is not directly saying it. तो तीन main leaders जो है वो मतलब two major countries which are heading the group. They are only yes.
Yes, sir. And the recent group formed by Russia, that is Troika, to tackle Afghanistan. They are also China, like Russia want to join India in that Troika to to make it a Troika plus, but because of China, it didn't. So here we can also say.
ठीक है. So you got my point, right? So these are some, but still India should raise its issues. So these are some international organizations, not only UN, but these organizations where India can raise the issue of Afghanistan. Understood, everyone? ठीक है, समझ में आया? how SEO, why I have taken this question is because SEO के बारे में भी we have covered है ना, SEO के बारे में भी हमें जान पहचान हो जाती है. Again it is a revision kind of thing, and again how this SEO can be utilized in some section. Got it? Is it clear? Any doubts? The floor is welcome for the question. Clear है? Clear hai. Okay, so now shall we take a news or a question again? Question? Yes, question we will take. I have a lot of question. PM किसान योजना, चलो ठीक है, we will take fast two three question. ठीक है, so PM किसान scheme, what do you understand by PM किसान scheme? So first, a total of 6,000 is sent straight into the bank accounts of only. ठीक है, ऐसे वर्ड से बहुत शातिर, बहुत खबरदार रहो. जैसे ऐसे वर्ड्स दिखते हैं तो मेक इट अ डबल सर्कल कि क्या भाई ये क्या कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, what are you trying to say? So the statement says that a total of 6,000 rupees is sent into the banks of only small and marginal farmers every year. Then it is a central sector scheme that is entirely funded by the Indian government. Is it true? What is the answer? सब लोग बीबी बोल रहे. Is it correct? Why not D? Why not A? Why not C? But you think that only B is right? Yes, give me the answer. Everyone is typing yes. Only first is not true because it's include all the land holding farmers. Yes, Janvi is very correct. So the answer to is B. So when you go towards the reading of the scheme, that the PM Kisan, that is a Pradhan, PM Kisan means Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman PM Kisan Samman निधि, राइट. पीएम किसान में किसान का सम्मान करना के लिए कुछ निधि, राइट. सो पीएम किसान 6,000 रुपीज जो है, 6,000 रुपीज एवरी ईयर, ठीक है, पर ईयर कितने इंस्टॉलमेंट में जाते हैं? 2,000 रुपए के इंस्टॉलमेंट में, 2,000 3 इंस्टॉलमेंट में बैंक अकाउंट, डायरेक्टली टू द बैंक अकाउंट. नॉट ई रुपया नहीं है ये, ई रुपया आना चाहिए लेकिन. सो डायरेक्टली टू द बैंक अकाउंट इन ऑल लैंड होल्डिंग फार्मर्स रिगार्डलेस ऑफ देयर लैंड होल्डिंग साइज. ठीक है, रिगार्डलेस की उसका कोई लिमिटेशन नहीं है कि आपके पास कितने हैं, बट 6,000 रुपए आपको मिलेंगे. ठीक है. सो it is a central sector scheme that is entirely funded by the government. ठीक है, स्टेट हो, यूनियन टेरिटरीज हो, आर सोली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर आइडेंटिफाइंग द रेसिपिएंट. ठीक है, यानी कि स्टेट विल आइडेंटिफाई द रेसिपिएंट एंड द सेंटर विल ट्रांसफर द फंड. ठीक है, एंड हु इज इन चार्ज ऑफ दिस टोटल वेलफेयर? द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर एंड फार्मर्स वेलफेयर. ठीक है, अंडरस्टूड. पीएम किसान योजना. सो दिस एमसीक्यू से है ना आपको ज्यादा समझ में आता है. Yes, so I would suggest you also, so once you are, whatever portion you are reading about any subject, any current affairs, okay, solve a lot of questions, MCQ type, write many answers regarding your mains वाला thing है ना. What that will do is कि आपको एक structure पता चलेगा, आपको way of thinking पता चलेगी, right? So different elements will be sorted. Yes, understood. क्लियर है ये क्वेश्चन पीएम किसान स्कीम? हाँ, सबने तो राइट आंसर दिया था. ठीक है, नाउ वी विल टेक अनदर क्वेश्चन. या, recently have you heard about this term intergovernmental panel on climate change? क्यों सुना था आपने आईपीसीसी का नाम? Why have you heard about this? Why have I? Yes, a new assessment report. So the question तो बनता है इस पे, right? एक क्वेश्चन तो बनता है. So you read about this IPCC report. ठीक है, now this says that that the WMO, what is WMO? World Meteorological Organization and UNEP, this मिला के इन्होंने IPCC फॉर्म किया, ऐसा है क्या? Is it true? Or what does the sixth assessment report says? It says that even in the best case scenario 2.5% of global warming is unavoidable, कि ये तो होना ही है, ऐसा sixth assessment report ने कहा है. Is it true? And what is true? Was IPC formed by the WMO or UNEP? A. Yes, very nice, very nice. The answer is A. Now, why the answer is A? Because IPCC is the international authority in charge of assessing the climate change, right? It was established in 1988. 1988 में establish की थी किसने? WMO, that the World Meteorological Organization, along with UNEP. UNEP, right? So that has came up with an assessment report, the sixth assessment report. देखो जो fifth assessment report आया था, that came anthropological जो evidences थे, anthropology is fifth assessment report में बोला गया था कि anthropology is one of the main reason why climate change is happening. What is anthropology? Anthropological ह्यूमन इंटरफेस से, राइट? ह्यूमन इंटरफेस से बहुत ज्यादा क्लाइमेट चेंज हो रहा है. दिस वाज द मेन एम्फसिस ऑन of the fifth assessment report. Now the sixth is very important. You should read every whatever element you are getting about the fifth assessment report. You should read sixth. You should read it. Now what was it? The first part have been released. तो उसका कहना है कि the average Earth का average surface temperature, it will rise. It will definitely rise 1.5 degrees Celsius beyond pre-industrial level in the next 20 years and 2 degree by the next century. But it said that कि 2 degrees के नीचे हम avoid कर सकते हैं given that we are making certain changes, not 2.5 but 1.5 के ऊपर it is unavoidable. This is the first time IPCC has stated that even in the best case scenario, global warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius is unavoidable, not 2.5. ठीक है? You should read this very nicely. कि 1.5 के ऊपर हम लोग जाने ही वाले हैं, but below 2 we can stay, given that we are, following all mitigations, we are following all the treaties, everything, because we have many things regarding climate change and global warming that we can do. For example, Kigali Agreement, right? Kigali Agreement. What is Kigali Agreement and Montreal Protocol regarded to? Are they the one who are helping us in global warming, in climate change? Yes. So Montreal Protocol was the one which was on the basis of which are the substances that are depleting the ozone. So we have it here, but we do not have the time to cover that. Okay? So this is Montreal Protocol. What does Montreal Protocol says? Montreal Protocol aims to eliminate ozone depleting substances from the atmosphere. Now what is ozone and where is ozone? Okay, regarding Montreal Protocol you will read, but what is ozone and where is ozone? कि इस मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल से दैट कि ओजोन को डिप्लीट करने के सब्सटेंस वी विल बी कंट्रोलिंग. ठीक है? सो ओजोन, whatever the substance that are depleting this ozone, we will control. Now, where is ozone? So when you look towards the atmosphere, so this is stratospheric ozone. Understood? This is stratospheric ozone. Okay? And this ozone acts like a surface barrier, you can say, which is not avoiding the harmful radiations to avoid to enter into earth. अभी देखो कि अगर ये ओजोन लेयर डिप्लीट हो गया, so will not this harmful radiations enter in a very harmful way? Yes, so it will enter. So this ozone is protecting us. Where is the ozone? In stratosphere. अभी उसको डिप्लीट करने वाले सब्सटेंस जो है, So Montreal Protocol formed in 1989. 1989 was the one which say that we will eliminate the ozone depleting substances, right? Ozone depleting substance, but there are many substances which are depleting the ozone. So उसमें से एक था कि hydrofluorocarbons. Now how to reduce this? So for reducing this, we have an amendment made to this protocol, that is Kigali Amendment. So where is this Kigali? Kigali है एक place है Rwanda में, right? So this Kigali में हम लोग we had made an agreement. So this Kigali agreement is regarding HFCs, hydrofluorocarbons. Okay, what are hydrofluorocarbons? They are organic molecules that contains hydrogen, carbon, and fluorine. Okay, these are greenhouse gases. Mainly कहाँ होते हैं ये? Phases. Yes.
Sir, isn't it now India is trying to convert CFC into HFC, sir?
HFCs? We have actually signed the Kigali agreement now. We have actually signed the Kigali. India has opted to ratify a critical amendment actually. ठीक है, तो ऐसा कुछ चीज तो है नहीं. We are phasing out all the hydrofluorocarbons because that is there in Kigali amendment. Kigali amendment, what does it says? Named after the Rwandan capital where it was negated, allows the phase out of hydrofluorocarbons. So this phasing out of hydrofluorocarbons is very necessary. And where are these hydrofluorocarbons? They are mostly in air conditioning, refrigerant. Okay? So we are just phasing it out. Now what? So yes, this is about the Montreal Protocol. You can say HFCs, the Kigali Agreement, the greenhouse gases. Okay? And this is about IPCC report. Okay, IPCC report is the main thing what I was trying to bring you front. Okay, everybody. I guess the this is clear. Yes, Priya, Janvi, Kanchi, Shubhra, everything is clear. I hope you will get this this file. Go through this file very nicely. Okay. Due to time constraint, I was unable to cover 2 topics there. Okay. So you just read it. Whatever the doubts you have, you can just mail me and we can discuss it. Okay. So thank you everybody for your time. Thank you. Be safe. Okay. Thank you.